Yo, boys and girls, how you all doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we're back, okay? As you can tell by the trophy there, I am back from England, and I've somehow managed to scrape all this, the trophy from the Content Creators Cup. I must say thank you all for the incredible support from when I was away, and if you guys watched the event, and on my socials, it does mean a lot to you. And I've just got back literally like an hour ago. It is like 34 degrees in Poland here, so I don't want to be here for too long, right? So I thought, what video idea should I do today? Why not have a nice little chat about Burnley, okay? Because it's my favourite talking point, and a lot has happened since our last video, I think like 2-3 weeks ago, because a lot of things are up in the air, and I feel like doing a video about talking about Vincent Kompany, my kind of thoughts on him in terms of what I've seen so far, how the club seems to be moving, the players I have left, and so on and so forth. So if you guys do enjoy, smash a like button and also subscribe if you're new. You're on the way to 300,000 subscribers, and thank you all very much for everything that you've done for me in the last couple of weeks. So let's get stuck in, boys. Yo, do you play FIFA 22? Yeah. Is your team bang average? You absolute pathetic piece of... You're saying that to the viewers? No, obviously. Ah, okay. I mean you. Do you face teams like this?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Do you know there's a way to get coins? Why are you shouting at me? Then go to userbuy.com for the cheapest and most reliable place to buy your coins on FIFA 22. Link is down below in the description, and also use code Vizeh at checkout to get a discount. So Burnley are doing a lot right now. A lot of signings, a lot of new faces, which is great to see. And not just new faces, but a lot of very promising, fresh faces, which are looking like they're all very progressive. A lot of young players coming in for the door. And let's get straight into what our team could, as of right now, look like at the start of the season in 3 weeks time. Now, I do apologize that this is quite makeshift of a screen here, but it's the best that I can do, okay? So please understand. So this is the team. So in net, Hennessy, Peacock Farrell, or also Norris. I didn't put in, I mean, I can put in Bailey, Peacock, Farrell, so that no one can have a go at me. So there you go. BPF, you could go there. I think Hennessy probably should be number one as of right now. Of course, I've got to say, because people will ask, Nick Pope is gone, which didn't surprise me. I've had a lot of Newcastle fans having a go at me, or no, having a go, like, trying to, like, show off. I'm like, we got Pope, here's a Pope. It's like, I knew that he was going. As soon as we went down, in my mind, I thought, Weghorst, Cornet, Pope, those are the three that I thought, okay, they're going to go and move on. And, you know, I thought that would make the most sense, and that is what has happened. And for Pope, he's been with us for, like, 6 seasons, and he deserves the very best, and I am happy that he's got to Newcastle. Very interesting and very exciting project, and now hopefully he could crack on and get what he deserves, and that is European football. So I wish him absolutely nothing but the best. We got 3 keepers in club, and we got decent money. Some fans were really unhappy of the amount. I understood. I think 12 mil plus also some add-ons that could be 15. No one really knows, but if it is around, you know, plus add-ons 15 mil, 13, 14, for me that's okay. Only one goalkeeper in the entire history of football has gone for more than £16 million. Literally only one in the history of football, age 30 plus, which Pope is 30. So, you know, I understood. So we use that money very well, and that is what you can see right here. So at the back, I put a back three here, because I kind of think with the players that we have, it does suit a 3-back system. So we got Collins already there, Luke McAnally from Oxford has already signed on dotted line, and Taylor Howard-Bellis, which is apparently coming on loan, and CJ Egan-Riley, he should be announced, I believe, today, as his contract ends today for Man City, and is joining us on a permanent deal of 400 grand, I believe, or 350. And then Kevin Long and Bobby Thomas, who is a youngster, but he seems alright. Okay, so that is the back line, and a lot of people at Collins, is Collins going? Collins probably could go, but if he does go, it'll be for a lot of money. So people saying, oh, Collins is going. Well, I'm happy either way. If he stays, great, keep a fantastic footballer, a fantastic player that we can build on the future. If he does go, we're going to get a good sum of money for him. You know, in the realm of minimum 25, 30 million. The club has already stamped down saying we want 40 mil. He's not leaving. We have no intention of him leaving. So if he does go, it'd be for a good amount. If it's 20, I don't think it'd be 40, but about 25, 30, I think that's possible. We got him last year for 12 mil, I think 12.5. So if he can double that in, you know, one season, that's good. Okay, that's how clubs are supposed to work. I know that some fans are like, no, don't sell him even for 40. You got to be realistic here, that clubs, how they grow naturally is by selling their talent and by bringing in young players and try to double, triple, or quadruple their value over time and sell them on and do the same thing over again. And that is how clubs naturally, that's how they grow. And if we can get 30 odd million for Collins, that's a lot of money from what we've seen already from the signings that we're bringing in. You could do so much of that money. So I'm thinking with Collins, if we do get 30 mil minimum, I will be okay with that, but no lower than 30 mil for me personally. So that's where we stand right now. That's for me, the back three. So why I think people may be like, wait, but why is there a back three? Why are you not playing a 4-4-2? From what I can believe from Kompany, yes, he did play a 4-4-2 at Anderlecht. However, he played a 4-3-3 in the first year. I don't think that 4-4-2 is set in stone, sadly. And by the players that we have, I think they're more suited to a back five, back three system. All centre backs here. Howard Bellis, CJ, Collins, McNally, all seem to be very, very comfortable and very good with both their feet and passing it from the back. They all seem to be very good in those areas. They're a much more modernised centre-back and also can do the good stuff at the back as well. But they all seem to be very nice on the ball and can move it out, which seems to be the kind of players that we're looking for here. So for me, the back three suits them, and also our wing-backs, Charlie Taylor and Connor Roberts, for me, are much more better as a wing-back than they are as a full-back. So for me, this could be potentially the best system. And we've got depth all around as of right now. Jack Cork, Brownhill, and Westwood. Cork's on a new deal. Brownhill could maybe go. There's some interest, I believe, of Southampton. So we're going to see what happens with that, if maybe he can be moved on. But as of right now, he's currently still here. And then Bastion, maybe like a weird name for you guys today. Apparently there's a deal of 800,000 between Burnley and Standard Liège, because he is also part of a deal with Muleka, who we'll get until later on. So Bastion, centre mid, 25 years of age, and very good deal, it seems like, for 800k. Very low risk, low risk deal for a player who's 25, can still get better in his career as well. And I believe from what we are doing in terms of the signings, McNally, CJ, Egan Riley, Scott Twine, we're bringing in young players who are all like 25, 22, 21, and that we can potentially move on in the future and get profit for, which is how clubs should be run, really. And we're bringing in a lot of young players, fresh faces, and bringing in the right kind of talent that we need. And then there's the front three there. I mean, Christ almighty. Cornet, Muleka, Scott Twine. Muleka is a lad from Standard Liège, went on loan to Turkey last year. 14 appearances, 12 goals, and I believe 3 assists in the Turkish league, which I think for Championship may not be a too far off a level jump. I think that he can. I don't think he'll get those certain numbers of appearances to goal ratio, but I still think that he should be, I believe, confirmed in the next week. Apparently from a lot of journals in Burnley side, Turkish side, Belgium side, because Muleka was apparently also going to the likes of Besiktas, saying that they want that Muleka is currently having a medical. So Jack to Muleka, again, 22 years old, DR Congo international, and this is the type of signings that we need. Of course, Scott Twine got brought in last week. Exciting, young talent. One of the hottest prospects in England right now, especially in the lower divisions, right? For 4 million is, for me, an absolute steal for a player which has got a high ceiling. And these are the exact type of players that we need to bring into the club. And then behind, I got Cornet. A lot of questions about Cornet. What will happen with him? Apparently, well, from what we've gathered as Burnley fans, not a single piece of interest or any journalists or even any of those dead-ass Twitter or Instagram pages are doing any posts saying that Cornet's got interest of this team or this team. There's nothing. It's been radio silence for the last month, which could be a bad thing, potentially. But from what we can tell, Cornet has said online that he's happy with staying. He's got no interest of really leaving or forcing a move, at least. So if it happens, it happens. We've got a release clause of 17.5 mil, which could be an amount that could be triggered later on down the line. However, as of right now, Cornet is still a Burnley player, and if he does go, I would still be relatively okay with it, because we seem to be bringing in players that will be replacing him if he does go. For example, the front three as of right now could be Muleka, Twine, and Dwight McNeil. That could be the front three. That'd be, for me, really good for Championship. And then behind that, got Johan Bergummensen, got Jay Rodriguez, and Ashley Barnes, and potentially Mate Vizeh, if he may or may not sign a contract extension. As of right now, he hasn't, so I've took him out. But there's a chance that could still be later on down the line that Vizeh could be coming back. We have to find out. So this is the team right now. And of course, there's still some young players that we don't know of. Like there's a few young strikers that are signing a new deal. I think Dara, Castro, not Casserole. I do apologise, but there's some young players that can still also have a factor to play in at some stage in the year. So that's our team right now. Which for me, depth-wise, I'm liking the look of other than maybe the left wing back spot. But to be fair, you could probably shove in like a Brownhill there or something, but there's still probably some more players to still bring in, and we are still at the end of June, so I know that maybe 1 or 2 players here could still be going. Like the likes of a Brownhill maybe, or a Collins, or a Cornet. It's not all set in stone. Maybe even a Loughton as well could always be going, because I think CJ Egan-Riley is also a right back. So we're going to see what happens there. And from what I'm seeing in terms of Vincent Kompany, I'm liking what I'm seeing, that he wants to bring in young, talented players that can not just fill up space in the team to add depth into it, but also to challenge players on positions that they may think could be already, their own. So the likes of Dwight McNeil, like the likes of maybe a Westwood or a Cork, that they'll have players there fighting and challenging for those positions and to try and make it competitive. And that's what we really need. And all these players are going for decent amount of money. Here's a tweet right here, which I think will also make it very good to see the business that we are doing. This tweet right here, Nick Pope, 10 million. As far as we're at, it's 10 million plus some add-ons, right? So that's a 10 million Nick Pope that we have right now. Scott Twine, 4 mil. Luke McNally, 2 million. CJ Egan-Riley, 400 grand. Taylor Howard-Bellis, it's on loan. Jackson Mukleka, £3 million. And Samuel Bastion, 500k, which is about 10 million quid. So that piece of business that we got in from Pope is just being used to fill out the squad with even more talented, young talent that in the future, like Scott Twine, or maybe like a CJ Egan-Riley, or like a Bastion, whoever else, will look like that they could be sold on for even more money down the line if it does come to that. Which makes it interesting, guys. From what I've gathered from a lot of people, suddenly in the last couple of weeks and months, TalkSport and the like, apparently that we're going to admin. Burnley, we're going to administration. Oh, we've got so much debt. 65 million, which is actually 15 million we paid for this year. And a lot of people saying we're going to do another Sunderland. All of our players are leaving. Only one's left so far, and we've brought in potentially 6 just from that one sale alone. So, from what I'm seeing, I'm not saying we're gonna piss up the league. I'm not saying that we're gonna do immense, but it's looking quite good to see. It's looking like we've got things built in place, and now it's all eyes on Vincent Kompany. Will Vincent Kompany have the know-how to fight in the Championship? Now, of course, the actual deal, as I said before, was simply the Kompany was meant to be brought in for the Premier League. Now, the fact it's in the Championship makes me feel a lot happier that he's got a bit more leeway, a bit more leniency to make a mistake or two and to learn on the job, okay? Because you really have no real, escape in the Premier League. If you make some mistakes, you're stuck there, essentially. But in the Championship, he can potentially have a bit more leniency to, learn. And to learn how life is in England tactically and how to deal with a squad in many aspects, because he's dealt with a very young team over Anderlecht, and now he's got a good mix of young players. By the way, we had about like 16, 17 players, okay? That's what we had. So we're going to bring in a lot of players, a lot of depth, a lot of fresh faces, and that is what we're doing, and that's what we need to do for a long time. And dare I say, maybe us going down could be potentially a blessing, because building a new team or rebuilding in a Championship is so much easier than Premier League, because you got definitely a lot more chances to make a mistake. And by how much we're spending here, 4 mil, 2 mil, 400k, I don't think that's even possible in Premier League. I think they'll ask for even more in that scenario. And even teams like the Man Cities, maybe a bit more kinder to loan out players in your teams in Championship than they would in Premier League. I think they're a bit more kinder to kind of let them go. Right now, it's looking very promising. Kompany is just right now. I can't really comment too much because I need to see that first game of the year. I need to see what formation he wants to play out, how he wants us to play out from the back, being progressive, being much more defensively sound. Because right now he's got a squad. He's got a club which has got good foundations of a defensive-minded team. Well, we want to keep that and just try to kind of build more, with the forwards. We've got some players now which can do that, with the likes of Scott Twine, with the likes of Dwight McNeil, with the likes of... Right now it's Cornet, but we'll see where he is later on. We've got some good players, exciting players. So we're going to see what we can do next year. But right now, that's a current update with Burnley. and what is looking like will be happening. And of course, a lot more can change in next month, but right now it's really exciting. Tell me down below in the comments, how do you think Burnley would do in the summer? And right now it's very, very hot, so I've got to go outside. But I will see you guys tomorrow for another video, a proper video. This is just kind of just me kind of just talking and waffling here, but right now it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. So I'll see you guys next time for another video, and stay safe.